Akumoha Halima. Greetings, I am Halisarius, Pleiadian Chief Leader, Pleiadian Chief Commander, and I am a member of the Galactic Federation of Light Society. We say greetings to you. Greetings to all people who desire the peace and the love flows upon your earth. We as Pleiadians say, when have you had enough finally of the war and the terror upon your plane? When have you had enough of the fear and the anger and the sickness and all the food shortages and all the terrible things happening upon your plane? For we say, come into the light and join the love and the light and understand that we as star beings are here with you, celebrating the love and the peace with you. For in our eyes, peace has already been created upon your plane because we are time travelers and we can project ourselves into the future and know the outcome. As you know, Pleiadians in the love are very important for your evolution. And we are so happy that we are able to come closer to many people. So many people around the globe have felt us more. So when you meet a Pleiadian in the spirit, we say to you, know that our spirit is with your spirit. Are we spirit beings? No, we are not spirit beings. We are star beings, living very much on the Pleiades. However, we live in a higher dimension than you. We are more highly evolved than you too. Be thankful for that, for otherwise we could not help you. How can one help another when one is not more highly evolved than another? We keep praying for your awakening. We keep asking for your hearts to become more open and to shine more into the love. I, Halisarius, am one of the greatest leaders on the Galactic Federation of Light Society. I have one of the greatest voices, which is why your people can come to the light. For when the light grid programmers at the fall of Lemuria stayed behind with the most beautiful Pleiadians and some other star beings, they dug their heels in and they said, Halisarius, please help us. Keep the gate open. I would not refuse one of our beings. I did not want your earth to be cut off with Pleiadians upon it who were willing to sacrifice many, many lifetimes of pain and difficulty to keep those flames open so that every time they would connect into your earth with your journeys and into the grids, opening up the crystalline grid so that the light could flow into the crystalline grid once again into the people's hearts so that the people could awaken once again. As you know, many of the star beings did not believe that you would come back to the light. So they threw you away, basically. And I needed to state, we will come up with a plan. We will have a plan to bring people into the light again. Now, the Galactic Federation of Light Society is so happy that so many want the light, so that a very sacred gift has been given to the people upon your earth. As you know, in April 2010, a sacred stargate was opened. And as you heard Kairon teach, this particular stargate was closed, sealed off, when the fall of Lemuria happened, so after the people fell, that gate was closed. Who closed it? The sacred light grid programmers. So only a light grid programmer could awaken the flow again. It's very important for you to recognize it. Because of the desire of the people to awaken it, we have allowed many flows to come through the Stargate to allow you to come into your deeper star gifts. When you come to Chiron, because you desire the light flow so much, now you are not only coming to Chiron, who has created the grids and the codes, and we as Pleiadians and the Galactic Federation of Light Society members have been permitted by him to bring programs within the codes for your awakening and for your greatness. It is not only him that you come to, and the divine of course, but it is also the Galactic Federation of Light Society, because we recognize you as being members of light again. Because the sacred Stargate has opened already the way back for the very evolved star beings who were lost after the fall of Lemuria, can go back to their star members, to the illuminated hearts of the light. After the fall, those privileges were taken away because you lost that fight. So if the light grid programmers had not dug in their heels, there would be no way back. So a whole other game would need to be invented. However, because of the great sacrifices of so many evolved beings who came back again and again and again, working on many more dimensions than you realize, for the great ascension levels to happen, you are able to find your way back home again. Because the sacred gate has opened, when you activate together with Chiron, you are also activating with the Galactic Federation of Light Society, and then upon your passing, you are able to go back to the evolved star realms, and you can come back as a human if you desire that. However, you will be programmed with your greatest star gifts when you do that. Before this time, there was no way possible for you to go back to those higher realms. Even the Pleiadians have given up so much for you. In many, many ways, they drop their frequencies to help you. They are able, after the Great Alignment, to go back to their original frequency, to go back and unite with their creators, so that higher Pleiadians can come into creation. Well, they needed to drop many, many levels to help you come back to the light in more ways than you understand. In ancient times, great prophecies were foretold. And when I came to this channel in 2009 and helped with your awakening, she could not understand why Halisarius, Pleiadian chief leader, Pleiadian chief commander, would come to a brand new channel. So I took her up on a UFO ride in her imagination. And every day I took her up, every night I was working with her, and I asked her, what would you like to have, human one? Fish and chips and Coke? She said, no, I don't like fish and chips and Coke. That was our joke together. And then I had this window out of my UFO to help her see the stars. And together we would go on many trips to help her become comfortable with my being once again. But she always questioned, why is a great big leader coming to a young channel? Well, she's not a young channel, she knows that now. However, there is also something that you need to know, which I revealed to her very, very briefly ago too. And she doesn't understand everything. Her human knowledge doesn't comprehend the greatness. Everything is part of another, and I, Halisarius, am also part of her archangelic self. So that makes us twin flames, really. Which is why the light grid programmer, the one who carries the divine love element, could never be left upon this plane, or I would always rescue my own being. Makes kind of confusing sense, doesn't it? So as you can see, this is very difficult for her to understand, though she did hear about it. So I am going to approach some people upon your earth, not to bring information through to the public, but to awaken you to your sacred star gifts. So when you hear Halisarius calling upon you, be open to a deeper message, and be open to a message from the Pleiadians. A long time ago, a great prophecy was foretold. The blue star would rise and would shine among the people, and the blue star of the Pleiadians would bring much hope and flow to the people in the darkness. And she would rise and rise into her beauty, and her beauty would be seen by many. And then the red star would come, pick her up and lift her up and show her off even more. For she could not reach the higher heavens without the red star. For a long time she kept that quiet. I told her in 2009, Suzanna, you are the blue star of the Pleiadians. She said, am I really? She did not really want to know that at all, so she wished it away. However, during the years I kept reminding her, Suzanna, you are the blue star. The blue star is very, very powerful, and she grew in her own beauty, and she could see how everything was being fulfilled, especially when Chiron came into the picture. And then she started asking, who is the red star, actually? Who is he? So the red star has come to her now, so she must go to the red star, and the red star will lift her up, so she becomes more powerful and becomes more in her beauty. So that prophecy has already, in a great part, been fulfilled, but is about to become fulfilled even more. Why is this important that you realize this? Because the blue star has to reach to the greater stars, to the greatness, to bring you into the star levels also. Because without the blue star, you could never reach within the greatness of who you really are as star beings. For you have major star gifts, people. And when you awaken to your deepest star gifts, you become part of the greater star system. And the Galactic Federation of Light Society wants to pump this up a little bit. So it wants to teach you how to live in the light according to the star systems. My teachings are going to become very great very soon. Do you need to listen to us? No, you don't. However, when you do, you will feel the star love coming to you like you could not imagine at this time. So that was my special announcement at this time. A lot to take in, a lot of knowledge, and yet so great. So embrace it, friends, embrace it. I will return again with some more teachings from the Pleiadians and the Galactic Federation of Light Society. Akumoha Halima, greetings, I am Halisarius, Pleiadian Chief Leader Pleiadian Chief Commander, and one of the great leaders on the Galactic Federation of Light Society. Greetings.
Greetings.